In today's video, we will be making a cocktail that has gained a ton of popularity in the last couple of years, the Espresso Martini. We're going to talk about its very concise history, we're going to make the cocktail, and stay tuned to the very end because we will show you how fun and flexible this simple cocktail recipe is. Hi everyone, I'm Chris from A Bar Above. I'm a 15-year veteran of the bar and somebody that just loves making fun and creative cocktails. So we're going to make the Espresso Martini here in a second, but before we do, let's go ahead and dive into the history of the drink. Now there's only one origin story about this drink, and that is Dick Bradsell, a famous bartender in London, made this in 1983. A supermodel walked up to him and said, "I would like you to create a cocktail for me that will not only wake me up, but F me up." And the Espresso Martini was born. Now, one thing you'll see across just about every Espresso Martini is 3 coffee beans as the garnish. And those 3 coffee beans actually do have significance. They mean health, wealth, and happiness. So that's why you will always see 3 beans across your Espresso Martinis. So let's go ahead and make the cocktail now, shall we? To make the Espresso Martini, we're going to go ahead and build everything in our cheater tin, or the small shaker here. So we're going to start off with 2 ounces of vodka, which we're going to pour right into that shaker. Like that. We're going to do half an ounce of coffee liqueur. About the same on the simple syrup. Or half an ounce. Finally, a shot of espresso. My favorite part. Now from here on out, we're just going to add some ice. We're going to shake it and we're going to strain it into this coupe. So that's what we'll do now. So the only thing left to do is to go ahead and strain this into the coupe. Now you can use a Hawthorne strainer and that will separate all the ice chunks out, but it will also kind of hold back some of the foam. So what I actually like to do is to use a Julep Strainer here, and that will allow most of the foam to kind of carry through and make a really delicious cocktail. Now, as we discussed earlier, the last thing we have to do is garnish the cocktail. So now we're going to go ahead and add those 3 espresso beans right across the top. Health, wealth, and happiness. So there you are. There you have the Espresso Martini. Cheers. So thank you for staying with us to the very end. And now let's talk about ways that we can change or adapt the Espresso Martini. So we have the variables and the ingredients right in front of us. We have a base spirit, liqueur, simple syrup, and coffee. So these are the variables we get to play with. I'm going to be concentrating primarily on the base spirit and the simple syrup. So when it comes to the base spirit, I'd probably kind of steer you to something with some barrel age on it, tequila, rum, bourbon, or even cognac. And if you were to infuse that with, say, orange or even vanilla, I think that would be a fantastic combination of flavors. Now, with any cocktail that uses simple syrup, we have a lot of creative license here. So Rob and I were actually talking before we started rolling the cameras about what we would come up with for the Espresso Martini. And what we decided was chocolate, chicory, and brown sugar. I think when you pair that with a vanilla rum, I think that's going to make this Espresso Martini even more magical and delicious. So I cannot wait to hear what you guys come up with around the Espresso Martini. Please put your favorite variation in the comments below. So there we have it. We've made the Espresso Martini, we've talked about its history, and we've given you plenty of creative freedom to explore this particular cocktail. So we know you've watched videos like this in the past. You know what we're going to ask. Hit the like, subscribe, and the bell icon, and you'll get notified anytime we release cocktail videos similar to this. Until then, I hope you guys are enjoying your favorite version of the Espresso Martini. Cheers.